Good evening, one and all. This is Thursday, January 22nd. And since it is Thursday, oh, goodness gracious, it's the Lake Ontario Radio Club net. It's already 7 p.m. Let's get this thing started. Good evening, one and all. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey on behalf of the Lake Ontario Radio Club, opening up the net tonight on a simplex frequency of 446.125. We're also streaming live on YouTube. To follow along there, just look up my call sign, VA3IMW, and scroll down and give a click on the live button, the big red live button. You'll find us right here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And with that, we'll take a quick standby for any time sensitive mobile or priority traffic stations. VA3IMW standing by. All right, nothing heard there. So we'll open it up to anybody anywhere, as long as you have a valid call sign. We're looking for check-ins, and we have lots of time to chat. We're not going anywhere in any big hurry. Don't have to be on the road until early tomorrow morning. So VA3IMW, standing by for your check-in. I have the sudden urge to CQ Parks on the air, but it's not appropriate up here. So we've got one watcher on YouTube. Thanks for joining tonight. Don't forget to smash that like button. So we'll take a quick standby and listen along patiently for check-ins for the Thursday night net. VA3IMW on behalf of the Lake Ontario Radio Club. The Lake Ontario Radio Club also recognizes the call sign of VE3LOW, Lake Ontario West. VA3IMW standing by for your check-in.
Victor Echo 3, Lima, Bravo, India.
Good evening, Larry. It's a little bit of a slow start tonight. Thanks for breaking the ice. And speaking of breaking the ice, how did you do with your snow removal today?
Well, actually, Brenda did most of it. The driveway on one side, like I said, the west side, the east side for the wind, just piled up against the house. So she goes out and cleans a little bit of it. And we didn't get a lot of snow as much. There's a lot of blowing down here, that's for sure. The wind was hard again today.
Oh, yes. If it was just looking out my office window, I'll tell you, to the west of our plant, there's a big farmer's field. And the wind was blowing from the west, obviously, and it looked like it was some kind of a massive snowstorm because it was just drifting in down our street. And realistically, it wasn't snowing; it was just drifting. But it certainly looked like more than it was.
Yeah, we got a couple of snow squalls that came through. One was really heavy. I think around 1 o'clock or 1:30 or somewhere in that area. But just the wind, like tonight's garbage night, so no way I'm putting the recycle stuff out. It'll just get down the road someplace. So just put the normal garbage out tonight. That's it.
Yeah, that's actually when I put the garbage out on this past Sunday night. Basically, all I did was get everything ready near the front door, kind of sheltered from the wind. And then just as I was getting ready to leave in the morning, I dragged the blue bins and the garbage bin down to the curb and set it up there. But yeah, you don't want to be chasing your blue boxes around, not in this kind of weather. All right. So Thursday shopping day? No.
No, she wants to do it on Friday now, so we've changed over till Friday. So basically today we didn't really go anywhere. No malls or nothing else. We had to take some stuff back to today was just kind of a stay-at-home day. Play a little bit of radio. Bands weren't too bad. Weren't great either, but just a little bit of radio messing around. That's all.
Yes, band conditions, they don't look really healthy. KP index is 5. Sunspots is 194. That's the solar flux index, 194. So fairly good there. But when you look at the solar storm page, you can see the light blue tinge over the northern hemisphere, and it's settling down over top of middle, I would say mid Ontario. Obviously, the South Pole is wrapped up with the glowing red, and there are still some radio blackouts that are to the southeast of us, currently over Hawaii, I guess. So it doesn't really sound like conditions are all that good. Only had a couple of minutes to spin the dial around on 20 meters. And I gotta say, things sound echoey and warbly. So kind of an indication of the solar absorption and aurora. So things could be interesting tonight, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully have a chance after the net to poke around and make a few contacts. Not a whole lot out on the spotting page, but anyways, just a quick shout out to VA3BT. Thank you for checking in from cold and snowy Barrie. Trust your guys are doing a good job getting that roof all buttoned up. Anyways, back to you, Larry. Anything else for the net?
Nope, that's about it. Chuck's in there too. So, all right, I'll pass it back to you, and I'll be listening along when I get back. VE3, I'll be on.
Okay. Well, that was a short list. So I'll make another call for any other RF check-ins. VA3IMW standing by on behalf of the Lake Ontario Radio Club.
Victor Echo 3 India Uniform Kilowatt. Victor Alpha 3 Charlie Juliet Zulu.
All right, two fine gentlemen there, and neither one has a hum. That's good news. Let's start with Bill, VE3IUK. Have you heard from the other Bill? How's he doing?
No, I haven't heard anything. I'm going to message him on Facebook. Last I heard from him was a couple weeks ago. He said he was having problems with his base station, of course, and his anti-talkie station. Anti-talkie doesn't really do the job that it needs for the check-in, so I'm going to message him on Facebook. And still nothing from Chris either. I've messaged him and haven't had any response.
Alrighty. Anyways, what did you do to stay warm and cozy today? Or was today just a normal day? Actually, weather wasn't all that cold.
Well, let's see. I had a physical at 9 a.m. this morning with the doctor. Everything looks good. I have to go for a sleep study, and he wants to do a CT scan as sort of as a follow-up from radiation treatment that I had a few years ago. And then we came home and did some computer work that I've been avoiding, some filing and that. And then I did get on the bands. Now, interestingly enough, when I got on this afternoon, the KP index was down around 2. I think the A index was around 4. Not 474, I should say. So I echo what you say about Orderly and the signal sounding strange, but also like QSP, a lot of noise. Then I noticed around 5:30, all of a sudden they go, where are all the signals going? And then I checked and the KP index was back up again. So at some point it was down around 2. I think it's back up around 5 now. Mac, over.
Yes. Currently at 5. Yep. But I guess the different parameters are fighting each other, right? The solar flux index is nice and high. That should be indicative of good propagation, but with the KP index being as high as it is, you got a lot of noise, QSB, and then with the solar flares that we've had over the last 72 hours. I guess the worst just recently was on the C scale on 9.58. Not really all that high, but there's a lot of residual stuff hanging around at the poles, so not sure how that's affecting us, but it's certainly noticeable. And yes, it just sounds weird.
Yeah, Roger, I would echo that to everything you say there. And be that as it may, I picked up 10 new parts today. Did make some contacts there for a little while early on this afternoon when things weren't as bad as they are now. So luckily enough, we were able to do that. So, but as I say, I just went back and checked 20 meters just before the dance started. Not too much activity there. Okay, Mac, thanks a lot. If I hear anything from Chris or Dave, I'll certainly pass that on to you.
All right, very good. And just a quick reminder, tomorrow night, 8 p.m., we let Larry scoot away without mentioning it, but the Friday night ZOE Rag Chew on the ZOE repeater, 8 p.m. with your host, VA3LBI. Okay, thanks for your check-in, Bill, and we'll look forward to having some check-ins from many more Bills. Now let's bring in Chuck. Without further ado, thanks so much again for an entertaining evening with the AREG last night. Go ahead, VA3CJZ.
I don't know if there's somebody on sideband trying to get in there, but I'll take a standby. VA3CJZ.
No, you know how idiots are, right? That's one of them. Subhuman species that is a waste of oxygen. Go ahead, Chuck. You're well suited to use up the oxygen.
All right, VA3CJZ. Good evening, Mac, Albert, and all on net listening. Oh, hello, Guy. And yeah, apparently we're in for some double-digit deep freeze temperatures this weekend, and then now I heard the snowfall amount for Sunday is going to reach 15 to 20 centimeters. So, anyways, started my day off early this morning at a doctor's office as well. Everything is good, and then later today I decided, you know what? If it's going to be that cold and snowy over the weekend, I better get my butt down to the store and get my supplies. And so I went for a walk, and I should have wore long johns because the wind picked up right around 2 o'clock, and then of course it started blowing snow. And but I made it, and I'm all set for the weekend. No radio work for me. Well, the missus is off work today, so spending a bit of time with her, and band conditions weren't really on my mind. I've been worried about my radio. Still no word from Yezu. I don't expect I will. Probably, maybe Monday I might hear something. I don't know. If not, I'll give them a call and ask and see what's up. So that's it for me, Mac. Back to you.
Oh, yes. Old habit, waiting for the repeater to drop, the non-existent repeater to drop. All right, well, there's Guy. There's Guy checking in, and what's he saying? -7 to -19 on Sunday. Very good. Well, we can always depend on Lake Ontario, our great heat sink, to moderate the temperatures here locally. So hopefully it won't be as bad as what they forecast. You know how it is, right? The doom and gloom of the weather forecasting. And then lo and behold, what happens? 72 degrees and sunny, right? So we'll look forward to that. So if we can all agree that that's what the weather's going to be, and just ignore the temperature gauges and all of the bad news that they're floating around with the forecast. How about that, Chuck?
Sounds good to me. And I noticed last night the sun went down at, 5:17 p.m. Officially. So, yeah, things are looking good in that regard. Just remember, folks, days are getting longer, even though we don't see the sun very much. But we're getting there. Just this little hump to get over, and it'll all be over with. So very good, Mac. Yeah, I'll send it back to you. You know, the other person that we haven't been hearing a lot of is DCS Dave, VA3 DCS. I spoke to him last week. I guess he was saying, you know, life is keeping him busy, so no worries there. Nobody's really asked about him, but he's been also absent, I think. And I just thought I'd pass that along. Back to you.
Yes, sir. And while we're reminiscing about our missing hams, obviously Jason, he's another one that's busy with life. So I think Larry stays in touch with him once in a while, either by text or something other than that. From time to time, it'd be nice to see these people drop in and just wave a hand, right? Sean, our friend in Toronto, VE3FNI, nice to hear from him once in a while. However, the one that we haven't heard from in a long, long time is Emnon. So I'm pretty sure that he's really busy with life at home. I'm not even sure that he's as religiously attending the Toronto Nets. So, but then again, I haven't popped in to say hello to those guys in a long while. So maybe there's a reason to spin the dial and see if I can catch one of the Toronto Nets and say hello to the folks that I have not been staying in touch with either. So many Nets, so little time. Anyways, yes, we'll keep our ears open for all these folks. And if you guys happen to hear from any of the missing folks, then feel free to let them know that they're missed. Not that they have any obligation to check in with us, but the ham radio community has a far-reaching stretch, and obviously, when people are conspicuous by their absence, people get concerned. So, anyways, thanks very much for your check-in, and again, so much for all the work you do with the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. That's a huge undertaking, and keeping up that pace for all these years.
Well, thank you, Mac. I appreciate it. And, you know, a lot of us do a lot for the amateur radio community just out of love and the fun and pleasure we get out of it. So that's my situation. So thank you for the compliment, Mac. And I guess that's it for me.
Okay, very good. End of the list again. So here's another call out for anybody anywhere. VA3IMW standing by for check-ins for the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net.
Check me in there, Mr. Mac. VA3NFL.
Oh, there you go, Al. You're not first on the list tonight, but you're sounding mighty fine. No hiss, crackle, or anything of the other nature. And I was just about to make a comment about how clear Chuck's signal was, but I'm reminding myself that it's simplex. It's station-to-station communication without hesitation, and no repeater issues. So, anyways, what's life out in Grassy look like today? The wind must be whipping around out there, and You must be busy clearing snow to keep people able to come and go as they please.
I know. Now the snow clearing, my middle son used to be in landscaping business. He sold that. And one guy he was partnered with, he pops around every now and then. He pushes that snow for me. So, and his mom has seen me have a heart attack, because I probably would. I used to be young, but I'm not so young anymore. Other than that, Chuck, your audio sounds like crap. No, just kidding. Bonsoir to the mom people, or whatever the hell it is. Other than that, Mac, no, went for a ride to London today. I was on an auction there the other night, and actually freaking won it. I've been looking for an arcade game for the grandkids. I found one. It was, I don't know where the hell it came from, but it popped up there, Pac-Man. There's 14 games on it, so I did the bid and actually freaking won. Had to go to freaking London to get it. Once I hit that 401, holy Hannah, that was a freaking nightmare. It was like freaking whiteout. Coming back, it was good though. So I was quite happy on that. 5 hours on the freaking road. I wasn't happy about that, but hey, anything for the grandkids is what it is. VA3IMW, VA3IMW.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah, London is well known for snow squalls and whiteouts and all the rest of that stuff. I know we had some customers visiting yesterday, and all afternoon long they were talking about their traveling perils on their way back home. And I said, well, you're going through London. And another guy said, well, maybe we'll go by way of Windsor instead. And I said, no, you don't get it. You got to go through London to get to Windsor. You don't get anywhere without going through it, right? So anyways, yep. Glad you made it there and back. Sometimes slow and steady wins the race when it comes to winter travel on the 401.
Yeah, very true. I found that out. Sometimes I was only doing like 60 clicks, I think, or kilometers. Jesus, ain't good, but once I had that 401, it was like a freaking whiteout. I checked the weather before I went. It said light snow. Well, shit, I'd hate to see heavy snow.
Well, light snow in London, that's what you saw. Because when you get heavy snow in London, nothing moves. But yeah, there's snow squalls that come up, streamers that re-amplify themselves as they cross over Lake Erie, and they dump on London all season long. So anybody that lives in that region, they're used to it. So it either is or isn't. So yeah, there's spots in Michigan that are exactly the same as that. The way the winds come off the lake, there's certain areas that get streamers, and when those streamers come in, they're either a little west or a little east of a certain place. And there's sometimes when the streamers will shift from east to west, and if you're going down the highway, that streamer might stay with you for 150 miles just because it's aiming at you. You think the snow gods are conspiring against you. Anyways, Al, very good. So the arcade game working as is, no repairs required. So you just plug and play.
Oh no, it's in the box. I gotta put the damn thing together. I phoned my son and said, "It's your kids. You and your wife are putting that together Sunday on Family Day." So, not touching that. But I was over on the freaking Zoe machine there, and I think, geez, it's Thursday. So that's why I was late. I was going to try to get in first again, but I screwed that up. But hey, it was 7-3 to everybody on that. I'll be listening. VA3NFL.
Okay, Al, we'll have to get you a calendar. Just a schedule of nets or something like that. All right, Al, thanks so much for your check-in. Always good to hear you. Victor Alpha 3, India Mike Whiskey, that's me. Stand by for the Lake Ontario Radio Club for further check-ins. All right, nothing heard at that point. So just a quick reminder, the Lake Ontario Radio Club Net meets 5 times a week. That is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday at 7 p.m. on the VE3 ZOE repeater. And the 5th day, that's today, Thursdays, 446.125 simplex. And we are also wide open to volunteers for net controllers. So typically Thursday, I'm totally available and more than happy to do the simplex net. If you do a simplex net, you kind of have to have a situation where you're going to hear a good deal of people, and that's kind of the impetus there. And Monday nets, that's pretty much all Chuck. It's an oopsie net, and he opened it, so he owns it. Just kidding, Chuck. But other than that, Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday, always flipping a coin to see who the net controller is. It was nice to have Noel along for the ride for a little bit, but he has moved on to London, and we get him from time to time as a YouTube check-in. So if anybody's interested in playing the game, more than happy to hand over the evening to anybody else. Anyways, enough chatter out of me. Let's see if we've wakened anybody else to see if we have any further check-ins for this evening's net. VA3IMW, stand by.
VA3IUK recheck.
Okay, recheck with Bill. Somebody doubled with you, but if the doubling station can hang on, let's take Bill's recheck first.
Yeah, very quickly. I won't be around for the Rag 2 Night Werbing Company. And Saturday I can do the net at 7 p.m. Sunday, I'm not sure at this time. Probably, but I don't want to commit myself. So, but definitely Saturday night.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to commit yourself either, because I don't think you're that much insane that you can't circulate amongst the general public. So the day that you're totally committed, they lock you up in a rubber room with a tight sweater that does up in the front.
Well, if I'm out in public and I act up, I just tell people I'm out on a day pass.
Yeah, and if I don't like your face, I'll beat you with my cane.
Exactly. Yeah, well, I've wanted to do that a few times, but anyway, be that as it may, that's the situation as it stands right now. Thanks a lot, Nick.
All righty. Yeah, I'm glad I struck the funny nerve. I could hear that in your voice. All right. Somebody doubled with Bill trying to get in. That station, want to give it another try?
Yeah, it was me. I heard you talking about college you haven't heard in a while. I got thinking about Cal. I can't remember what it's called now. CDL, CVB, out of Stony Creek. Is he still around?
Yes, he is. As a matter of fact, I think the last one to speak to him that I heard was Bill. And yeah, he hangs out more with the Hamilton Amateur Radio Club guys. He goes up and does their Monday evening coffee things. And yeah, he's still kicking around. He's also active in his own online newspaper and other things of that nature. But yeah, he's still kicking.
I just got thinking about that after you guys were talking about who you haven't heard. But all right, I'll shut up. VA3IMW, VA3NFL.
Oh, not to worry. Always looking for input. The other folks that we don't hear much from is the two Kevins, VE3IMU and VA3NW. We also know him as VE3WKG. Oh, the other thing is we did hear recently from George, VE3 GBD. Yes, he moved his ham radio into his truck, so when he's out and about, he's able to say hello to us once in a while. So he hasn't completely gotten rid of all of his radio equipment. He's still in touch with folks on a regular basis. So, anyways, having covered that topic, feel free to throw in any other call signs or folks that you haven't heard from in a while. We'll be certainly able to share that in other QSOs that we might have with those stations. Anyways, 7:30 is on the clock. Still lots of time for further check-ins. Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey standing by on behalf of the Lake Ontario Radio Club.
VA3IUK with another comment.
It's that guy again. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, now I know Pierre's out there because he's constantly kicking off my ham alert, but he's pretty much sticking to FT8. I haven't seen him do any kind of phone stuff.
Yes, I also have him tickling my ham alert once in a while. And I think you're right. Most of his activations are FT8. But sometimes he pops up on phone as well, but not very often. I'm sure we'll hear from him one fine day. I think we had a little bit of a disagreement on the meaning of some text in the rules and regulations for Parks on the Air activations and groups versus club events and things of that nature. So hopefully everything can come back to center in the near future, and we'll be looking to welcome Pierre back into the fold without any delay.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I'm sure it will. Now, as far as Kevin KKP goes, has anybody ever heard from him, like how his health is or how he's doing?
Larry stays in touch with him. So I don't know if there's anything more I can say with that. Still, all I do know is still kicking, and obviously he's taking care of the priorities first.
Oh no, that's fine. That's good. I should have thought that. I should have realized Larry probably would be. Okay, Mac. Thanks a lot.
Alrighty. Let's see. Still have lots of time on the clock. So Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. Let's make it a last call for check-ins. All right. Before we close the net off, just planting a little seed. Springtime is coming. Yes. Even though we are battered by winds and weathering, spring is coming, and the spring solstice. Solstice? Yes, I guess it's solstice, or is that equinox? Anyways, spring day, very close to it. We'll do another activation for the group, and we're looking for input as to what parks we should choose for that event. So everybody can consider that. Not something that we have to decide on immediately, but it is something that we should probably talk about, and hopefully in the upcoming weeks we can figure out where we're headed. So that's about 2 months from now, and looking forward to lots of participation. We're actually looking forward to the warm weather that comes along with the springtime, even though it might be a little damp, because showers bring the flowers and all the rest of that. So just plant the seed. Consider in your minds where you would like to go on an early spring day in order to do a group activation. So let me bid you all 7 threes for your net controller, VA3IMW. Thank you, everyone, for checking in either online or on RF. You're all totally appreciated. Stay warm, And if you're shoveling, do it a little bit of it at a time. We don't need to have any heart attacks or any problems like that. Just like eating an elephant, one bite at a time. So we'll look forward to checking in with everybody tomorrow night on the Zetawi Rag Chew at 8 p.m. Until then, stay safe and sound. VA3IMW. I will monitor this frequency for a few minutes before I QSY back over to the Zetawi repeater. 7-3s, one and all. That's how we say
Just
goodbye.
curious, what side dish do you have with elephant?
I'm thinking beans and rice because that would make it a complete protein.